They are back to the top of the table. Meanwhile, for Borussia Dortmund, a day to forget. Here's Edin Terzic.
So first of all, Gregor Kobel is the reason why we've been top of the table before we came to Munich. And so he's an important factor. He's one of the best goalies at the minute in whole Europe. And he's going to be important for us for the rest of this season. And we know that we can rely on him. And today, you're totally right. I think we started the game really well. We've been brave, we've been calm on the ball, we supported each other. And it was difficult for Bayern to press us. But then after the goal that we conceded, we took too long to recover from this setback. And all of a sudden, it's you are 3-0 down, and it's 22 minutes played. And so it's going to be very difficult, not only away from home. It's Bayern Munich with this quality. It's going to be always difficult. And then we concede many counterattacks. And what we said at halftime was very simple, that we want to raise our arm and take the responsibility instead of pointing the finger. And then we started with a great opportunity in the 49th minute where Sebastian Haller could have scored. And with that counter-attack, we conceded the fourth goal. And we knew that it's going to be difficult when you're 3-0 down, but especially if you're 4-0 down.
So there we are then, Bayern Munich back to the top of the table, 2 clear of Borussia Dortmund. For more on this, let's welcome in Jan Arge Fjordhoff. Jan, how do you say déjà vu in German?
You say same procedure as every year, and then we can take that in German, because that was the same old story again, Dan, as you were saying. Der Klassiker means classic, and classic today was, of course, that when the goings get tough, Dortmund go disappearing. Müller scoring 2 goals, and some of the Dortmund players will do big mistakes. And it was quite typical, wasn't it, that Tuchel has had the team, I guess, for 2 training sessions. He never smiled. He was never happy. And he said after the game, we were too wild. We gave too many balls away. And I think that is the new Bayern. And if I may say, the big change on them, I think it could be the symbolic for that could be Leroy Sané. He was not with the German teams. There would have been criticism about him traveling a bit, as Bayern always quarrel about. And he was very good today. He was very instrumental for them. But same procedure, déjà vu, you could say it in any language there.
We've got to talk about Kobel, though. I think that kind of set the tone.
But it did set the tone, but...
Happens.
They come out the starting blocks quite well, Borussia Dortmund. But to echo what Jan's saying, the keeper's made a mistake. Deal with it.
Right.
Deal with it. They crumbled after that. And Bayern Munich squeezed up the field a little bit more. And every time they put pressure on, they won the ball back. It seemed that it didn't just affect the goalkeeper, it affected almost everybody else. And we've seen it so often in these games where Dortmund play some fancy stuff and then get the sucker punch and just go under. And it was pretty similar today. In the first half, how many saves did Jan Sommer have to make? I mean, really? I can't remember any.
Yeah.
I can't remember any. And so, really disappointing from their perspective. And I think Terzic is clutching at straws, you know, that sort of half chance from Halle.
Yeah, you're 3-0 down at that.
I mean, I think that's sort of clutching. But he is right. The keeper's been excellent. He's been good for them. But today, he was horrendous. I think Robbo said in the commentary, Stuart, he could even... It was not only the mistake, the decision-making, that ball had enough pace on it. He could have hovered around the edge of his box and probably scooped it up. Right. OK, he made the decision to come out. Then he made a mess of it. There was another one, very similar. He did the same thing. Come out and managed to get on the end of it. And he could easily have just let it come into his box and grabbed it and taken it on. So, big decisions, big moments in this huge game, and no surprise, Bayern Munich come up trumps. But you know one of the interesting things for me from Bayern's point of view, and people have talked about maybe Tuchel will be a little bit more pragmatic, I was a little surprised when I saw the teams that Musiala was on the bench. That to me is saying a little bit, and I know they won, and I know they scored 4 and all that, but that's just saying to me, going for experience, going for more pragmatism.
Jan, isn't it just the case when you take a look at this starting 11 that Bayern Munich have got better players than Borussia Dortmund?
Yes, it is. It is, but you have to define better. If you saw the bench of Bayern today, I guess you may say 100% that this bench will be in the Champions League in Germany under the top 4. That is point 1. but it's 0.2 as well. Yes, Tuchel went for a double six. He went very safe. He winning over the boys that he needs to win over, with Goretzka and Kimmich doing that double six. So in terms of being better, I think that they are mentally 100% better. Can you imagine now, after this game, they go into Freiburg the next game. That could be a dodgy away game. Maybe something going to happen. So Dortmund are 2 points behind Bayern. But after that first half, that feels like 15 points behind. Because Dortmund always think, and I think that is the Kobel thing that makes them this game so bad, as the boys are saying, is that you saw it straight away. They were thinking, oh, here we go again. Everybody think we can win the championship. Everybody think that maybe we can stop Bayern. And look what's happening. Upamecano scoring from like 80 yards. I mean, that is the big thing about this result, that you go away and you just feel that Bayern can do whatever. It's like they're playing with them. Come a bit nearer, but we have everything under control.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.